sluggish little fatty.
For the next 250 days, you'll know me only as the Headless Fatty. During those 250 days, I'll be counting my calories, carbs, and fat, and hopefully losing 100 or more pounds. On the 250th day, I'll reveal my true identity, whether I've lost the weight or not. I've struggled with my weight since childhood. I've tried starving myself and taking pills, but mostly I've spent my life stuffing my face with any food that I can get my hands on. Now I am 300 pounds. I've suffered from anxiety for as long as I can remember. In my late teens, my anxiety started morphing into this sort of all-consuming, monstrous, life-changing weight that is always present, even now. I started having panic attacks that would land me in the ER. They put me on medication and offered me counseling that I couldn't even take because I was too terrified to be in a tiny room with another human being. I've been managing my anxiety poorly, but managing it for years, until about 3 months ago. I've gone through a lot lately. A family member passed away, changes with my kids, their health, their school, big changes. My living situation isn't ideal, and often it's really overwhelming. And through all of that, I just kept eating and getting bigger and bigger. And of course, then I started worrying about my health because of that. One night I was sitting on the couch and I started feeling kind of sick to my stomach. And quickly I went into a panic that I'd never felt before. I ran to the bathroom not knowing what was happening. And as soon as I got there, I could feel myself losing consciousness. I fell to the ground and I passed out. I was lucky enough to fall into a table and not anything that could seriously hurt me, like the tub or the sink. I didn't, and I still don't understand what exactly happened. But my best guess is that my anxiety decided to manifest in a different way. Still physical, but different than the panic attacks that I was used to. And just like that, I was back in the same place emotionally that I was after my first panic attack ever. Scared of having another panic attack, scared of passing out, scared of losing control, hyper aware of every little thing that my body was feeling and doing. I instantly went back in time, and all the progress I had made or thought I had made with my anxiety was gone. My overall sense of myself, my life, went from I'm kind of getting by, I'm kind of functional, to I'm sick, I'm killing myself, I'm dying. I've done so much damage to myself that, I don't even know if it's repairable at this point. I'm so different than anyone else. I'm ugly, I'm unsuccessful. I'm a terrible mother and I'm a terrible daughter. And I knew when I started feeling that way that I needed help. It always made me anxious. I'm forever thinking something is seriously wrong with me. So I figure each time I go, it could be the time they tell me I am in fact dying. I'll have to explain again why my blood pressure is so high, why my pulse is so high. Or maybe I'll see chronic morbid obesity on my chart again, because that's always the highlight of my visit. I was terrified. I knew I had to go try to get help with my anxiety. I went. My doctor refused to prescribe, even temporarily, anything that would get me through the tough time. I changed doctors, thinking that maybe that would have a different outcome, and it didn't. It was then that I was forced to face the fact that I was truly on my own. I needed to help myself with absolutely no skills, no training. I had to help myself. No one else was going to do it. Realizing how intertwined my anxiety and my weight were, I knew the first thing I had to tackle was getting healthy, my weight. Once I started really looking back at my life and all the issues my weight has caused me, it was a fairly simple conclusion to come to. I've always run from cameras, being in social situations where I've had to say, please don't get me in that picture, or please don't take my picture, or, there being a group picture being taken and I'm kind of on the sidelines, or I'm the one taking the picture. It actually draws more attention to me, which I absolutely hate. Having to pick out my chairs real carefully to make sure they're not too flimsy and they're not going to break under me. Worrying about getting into other people's cars, not knowing if they have those seatbelts that are, sort of retractable enough to go around my gut. And trying to buy clothes is the worst. In a normal store, you always end up right back at the fat lady section, where the selection definitely leaves a lot to be desired. Not every fat girl wants to wear the extra wide, extra short shirts with geometric shapes that have sayings on them that sound like they were badly translated by some poor factory worker in China. Not every fat girl wants to wear a pair of tapered elastic waist fake jeans without butt pockets. That shit all takes a huge emotional toll on a person. Because I hate the idea of having to do anything indefinitely, I started looking up how long it would take me to reach my goal weight of 155 pounds if I was really strict. Somewhere I saw the number 250. 250 days, less than a year. I can do less than a year. I finally, for the first time ever, felt like I could actually do this. So I'm doing it. Today is day 1 of 250. My plan is really simple. I'll be exercising whenever I can by walking, maybe running someday. I'll watch my calories, fat, and carb intake. I'll log all my food on my FitnessPal app. I'll also be using my Fitbit. Nothing crazy. I won't be showing my face until day 250, but I will be showing you my body, my progress, the scale, and what I'm eating. I'm excited, I'm motivated, and hopeful that I'll reach my goal of losing 100 pounds, or even better, getting down to my ultimate goal weight of 155 pounds. I'm excited to be here to see my kids grow up, to run and play with them, and to wake up every day feeling like I have the energy to be a productive human being, something that I don't feel right now. So thank you so much for being here, and if you're going through the same thing, I'd love to hear from you. I'm always open to any suggestions, ideas, and questions, and I will see you in my next video.